For more than 70 years, Flags Speedway has stood as one of America's premier short tracks. Named for nearby Pensacola, the city of Five Flags, this half-mile oval combines 15 degrees of banking with wide sweeping corners to produce some of the fastest short track racing anywhere. The sport's biggest names have all taken their shot here. NASCAR's Grand National Series raced these grounds in the Speedway's early years, but Five Flags became legendary as the home of the Snowball Derby. Since 1968, the crown jewel of the super late model racing has been won by champions like Donnie Allison, Darrell Waltrip, Rich Bickle, Kyle Busch, Chase Elliott, Eric Jones, Ty Majeski, and Caden Honeycutt. Now another chapter is ready to be written. Tonight it's not about the legends of the past. It's about the drivers ready to make their own mark. The Track Limits 90 is next on Track Limits Network. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the virtual Five Flags Speedway, the FourWide Motorsports Late Model Stock Tour, ready to get things underway here tonight for the Track Limits 90 penultimate race of the Late Model Stock Tour as we roll into Nashville next week to wrap up the season, but we got to get this one done first. It's going to be a fun one for sure. Five Flags, a great speedway, great racetrack. Let's get into the race details for tonight. 10-lap heat races, 15-lap consolation race, and a 90-lap feature. Drivers have no fast repairs, no safety net, and one attempt at a green-white checkered finish. Currently, weather-wise, we're 77 degrees, 73% humidity, partly cloudy, a little breezy at 14 miles per hour, and track temp down to 89 degrees. And the sun will continue to set throughout the evening, maybe lowering those track temperatures. We'll see if that affects any of the grip levels out on the speedway tonight. Practice just about wrapped up. A couple of minutes or so remain in the session. We'll go down to see who's fastest so far, and to no one's surprise, it's the 96 of Tristan Valdez. 17:001 the fast time, and then it's a 17:002 out of John Lacey, second quick. Cliff Mullins third, Dan Jones, Austin Pack rounding out the top five. Then it's the 72 of Troy Campbell. It was Troy Campbell, now it's Austin Cansdale. Campbell now seventh, Charles Oberg eighth, ninth Stephen Luttrell, and Hunter Carlson 10th. Couple of stream chatters already. Josh Tressler saying hello, everyone. Tom Janikowski, as per the Nords, says have a great race and a great broadcast, but I'll be in Phoenix cutting the dog leg tonight. Tommy, good luck. Thanks for checking in anyways. Yeah, we talked about it. Penultimate race of the season at Five Flags Speedway here tonight. And then on to Nashville Fairgrounds next week. That one I'm really looking forward to. I know a lot of people have a lot of love for Five Flags. It's kind of a favorite, but man, do I love me some Fairgrounds Speedway racing. That's going to be a fun one next week. Landon Brown and an old Terry Labonte throwback tonight. Less than a minute before we see the black and red flags. Only a couple cars still out on the speedway. Does look as though Valdez will be the fastest of this practice session. Got to hand it to John Lacey. 17:002 to be second quick there. Just 1/1000th off that top time. He put 103 laps into this practice session. Well more than the total feature race distance coming up here shortly tonight. Troy Campbell went 95 laps. Cliff Mullins went 99. Elijah Grant went a whole 78 laps. So lots of long run practices here tonight at Five Flags Speedway. Guys really putting in the work. See if that pays off here tonight. And that's it. Practice in the books. Valdez got another quick couple of laps there just to kind of reacclimate himself to the track before qualifying begins, which is set to get underway, well, right now. Looks like Hunter Carlson will roll off first. Dylan Larison in the chat says setup is very loose. We'll have to keep an eye on that one here tonight. $17,005 for Hunter Carlson. His first lap as John Lacey goes P1 with a 16.96. Carlson still in the gas, off turn number 4, back to the line. Second quick to Lacey's top time of 16.960. Chris Golden behind the wheel tonight. 8th quick his first lap. 17.34 puts him P7. On to Landon Brown. 17.264 for the 5. Throwback Terry Labonte Leadfoot TV scheme. Lap 2 for Brown goes P1, 16.940, a blistering fast lap for the 5. Eighth quick for Bingley, 17.31. Now on to Troy Campbell. 7th quick in practice. Time to beat still the 5 of Landon Brown, 16.940. Campbell goes with a 17.29. 10th quick so far. Austin Pack also on the speedway with a 17.17, puts him 8th. Campbell across the stripe as Pack goes up to 5th, so that'll be 9th place now for Campbell, 17.131. Oberg trying to improve on an 18.197. Cliff Mullins goes P5 with a 16.999. Oberg across the stripe to wrap up his second lap. 15th quick, 17.329 for Oberg. We'll see if Mullins can improve on lap 2. And he does not. A little slower, but still consistent. Couple of cars yet to take a time here. Yogi Schlier, Ben Campbell, Thomas Hall. That may actually do it here for qualifying, so we're going to step out, get a quick break out of the way. We'll be back after this.
Spartan Transportation and Spartan Logistic Management is your one source for all your shipping needs. 53-foot dry van shipments, auto transport shipments, full-service in-house brokerage, drop-lot facilities, just-in-time deliveries to all auto manufacturers, facilities in St. Louis, Missouri, Kansas City, Missouri, and Indianapolis, Indiana. Spartan Logistics, LLC, proud sponsor of the IROC Series, Kyle Steffens, UMP Modified and Silver Crown driver, and Gordy Gundaker, World of Outlaws late model. Visit us at spartan-logistics.net or find us on Facebook.
Back at Five Flags Speedway, FourWide Motorsports qualifying in the books. Landon Brown will take top honors. But it doesn't mean he's going to stay there. We got to get our heats out of the way. So with that, let's take a look at our starting grid. Front row is going to be Landon Brown from Triple B Racing with Dan Jones to the outside. In row number 2, it'll be Cliff Mullins and Austin Pack. Row 3, Drew King and Troy Campbell. Row 4 belongs to Dylan Larison and Charles Oberg. Row number 5 will be Benjamin Hollibaugh and Benjamin Campbell. Shotgun on the field in the number 12. We'll start from the 11th position. It's Yogi Schlier. It's your starting grid for heat number 1 here from Five Flags Speedway. Race details yet again here. 10-lap heat races to get this thing started tonight, then a 15-lap consi, followed by a 90-lap feature. No fast repairs out there tonight. One attempt at a green-white checkered finish, and there is one set of tires over the wall for these drivers if so necessary. Track temperature continues to fall, now down to about 83 degrees. Field midway down the backstretch here. We're getting ready to go green. Again, 10 laps for this first heat of potentially 3. Front row will be Landon Brown, Daniel Jones. Get things off. Cliff Mullins, Austin Pack, and the green flag waves. Landon Brown jumps away from the field. The battle on for second. Jones and Cliff Mullins side by side. Mullins in a 44 quickly takes over the second spot. Up the racetrack. Drew King hard into the outside wall, and the caution is out. Did not take long just at the end of lap number 1. It looked like the 34 of Drew King got the right hook, and up the racetrack he went. The 72 of Troy Campbell to the outside. And Drew just comes up the racetrack thinking he had more room than he did. Larison gets involved in this. Charles Oberg gets a piece of it. The 8 of Benjamin Hollibaugh. I'd say half the field getting caught out in this first caution. So right out the gate, Troy Campbell, Drew King, they get one lap not even in the books, and they're likely behind the wall here with sustainable damage, substantial damage. They will not return. Likely see both Troy and Drew in the consi later on tonight if they can get the cars fixed. Field to be looking for the 1-to-go signal this time across start finish. And there we have it. So that'll leave us with 8 cars for this heat. Ben Campbell did not take the green flag here on this heat race. Pace car is in. Landon Brown on the gas. Green flag back in the air. There'll be 4 laps to go at the line. Landon Brown showing a lot of pace early here in this first heat. 3 laps to go this time across start-finish line. Battle still hot and heavy for the second spot between Cliff Mullins and Dan Jones. Austin Pack wants a piece of it too. A little bit of contact into the back of Dan Jones. Checks up, gives him some space. Two laps to go. Big wiggle out of Jones, middle of 1 and 2. Mullins up the racetrack, nowhere for Austin Pack to go just yet, but he's running out of time. White flag in the air, final lap. Landon Brown has run away. 1 second the advantage for the 5 over the rest of the field while these two battle for the second spot. Out of turn number 4, though, Landon Brown will win it going away. Second will go to Cliff Mullins. Dan Jones comes home third. Austin Pack will take the 4th position. Further down the line, Dylan Larson in 5th. 6th, Charles Oberg. Ben Hollabaugh 7th. Yogi Schlier 8th. Troy Campbell, Drew King 9th and 10th. Got David Warmoth in the chat, says, "What's up, fellas?" What's up, Dave? So heat number 2, the front row is going to be John Lacey and Tristan Valdez. Row 2, Hunter Carlson and Elijah Grant. In the third row, it's Stephen Luttrell and Austin Cansdale. Row 4, Chris Bingley and Chris Golden. The 5th and final row belongs to Mike Wild and Thomas Hall. So heat number 2, a lot like the first here, 10 laps to settle it. Front row this time, though, it'll be John Lacey and Tristan Valdez, the top 2 times in the qualifying session. This could be a fun battle to watch between these two. One more lap around before we get it underway here at Flags Speedway. Green flag is in the air. We're underway. Side-by-side battle between the top 2 off turn number 2. Lacey with the advantage now down the backstretch. Maybe some contact with Valdez. If not, it was awful close, but Tristan will tuck back in behind. Now back to start-finish. Lap 1 in the books. Lacey's got it pinned to the bottom of the racetrack in the middle of 1 and 2. Valdez opened up the wheel a little bit sooner, didn't close the gap much. Half a car length now the advantage for Lacey off turn number 4, back to the stripe. Valdez all over the back bumper. Now Hunter Carlson shown in the 3rd spot. No real change of position anywhere on the racetrack right now, and as soon as I say that, it makes me a liar. Austin Cansdale up 2, Chris Bingley up 1, Elijah Grant down 3, Thomas Hall up 1. Lacey real loose, trying to hang on to it. Opens up the outside lane for Tristan Valdez. Tristan's got to be careful if the Lacey machine comes around. Crosses over, though, does Valdez. Takes a look now to the bottom of the racetrack. Unable to do anything with it. 6 laps to go. Top three checking out from the rest of the field here. We kind of expected that. These guys were lightning fast in practice, lightning fast in qualifying. Now with 5 laps to go, John Lacey's got a mirror full of Tristan Valdez. Valdez with a nose to the inside, down into turn number 3, looking for the race lead. Pins it way to the bottom. Left side's below the white line. Across the stripe, Valdez will lead this lap. 4 to go, and he gets the inside wall in the middle of 1 and 2. Still a side-by-side battle as the caution has come out late. Thomas Hall in trouble. Let's take a look at it. Just a moment ago, is up the back bumper of Chris Golden. He got the wall a little bit on exit and just overdrives it into the corner, slides it up the racetrack, and nice lazy spin, but it was enough to throw that yellow flag. Lacey shown as the race leader, may have had that top spot when the caution dropped. Field still lined up behind the iRacing pace cars. We're running out of laps here in this heat. I know we do have 1 green-white checkered attempt in the feature. I'm not sure if that carries on into the heats as well. We're going to find out in a moment. There's your answer, folks. The lights are out on the pace car, so we're going to give it a go here. A green-white checkered attempt here in heat number 2. Caution coming out relatively late, 7 laps in, right as Tristan Valdez was making his move for the race lead. We'll see if he can pull it off here again on the outside. We've seen John Lacey very loose mid-corner. Loose is fast, but there's a point of no return.
Green flag.
Lacey gets the jump on the 96. 2 laps to go. Tristan drives it way deep into 1 and 2. Washes up the racetrack on exit. He's there. He's got time. Good drive off. Another loose situation as the white flag waves for John Lacey. Can he hang on? Valdez all over the back bumper. Maybe a little bit of help here. Gets into the back bumper. He's loose. He saves the car as well. 2 more corners to go for John Lacey. Loose on exit, but he'll hang on for the heat number 2 win. Valdez will take 2nd place. Hunter Carlson will come home 3rd. Austin Cansdale in 4th. Further down the line, Steve Luttrell 5th. Then it's Thomas Hall in 6th. 7th, Mike Wild. Chris Golden 8th. Chris Bingley 9th. And Elijah Grant coming home 10th. So now to the consolation race. 9 cars, now 15 laps for 2 spots into our feature event coming up right after this. Row 1 will be Ben Hollabaugh and Mike Wild. Row 2, Yogi Schlier and Chris Golden. Row 3 belongs to Troy Campbell and Chris Bingley. Row 4, Drew King and Elijah Grant. Ben Campbell shown as the last car in the consolation race, but I don't believe he's going to take the green flag. Did not run in the heat race prior. Field all gridded up, ready to get rolling here at Five Flags. 15 laps in this consolation race. Feature race of 90 laps immediately to follow. One more lap around will be green flag racing for our final heat, our consolation race. Last chance qualifier, however you want to categorize it. It's the last shot to make it to the feature.
Green flag.
Hollenbach gets away with the race lead off turn number 2, spilling out onto the back straightaway, and he's got a big advantage over Yogi Schlier and Mike Wild. Wild washes way up the racetrack into the marbles, hangs on to it, but had to work for it. Schlier now to the second spot, Wild third. Battle behind them, Chris Golden and Troy Campbell. Campbell in the black number 72 on the inside, the 19 of Chris Golden up top. This again, the battle for the 4th position. Drew King, a whale of a crash in his heat race. Nose first into the outside wall of turn 4. Probably went to the backup car. Running in the 6th position, the number 34 Slim Jim colors. Meanwhile, out front, Hollenbach continues to lead, but Yogi Schlier starting to run him down. It's a few car lengths back to the 12. Change of position with Drew King. They're in a battle with Chris Bingley. Mike Wild catches the outside wall for a moment, opens the door for Chris Golden. Golden running in the 5th position, and Wild real loose up the racetrack. He'll go around, or will he? Chris Bingley gets into the back after he straightens it up, but we stay green. Top 3, Ben Hollenbach, Yogi Schlier, Troy Campbell. Chris Golden still in that 4th position. Campbell just running the fastest lap of this heat race with 10 laps to go to 17:16. And Schlier really loose off of 4. Don't know if he had help, but Troy Campbell's going to take advantage either way. Jumps to the outside. Will he have the runoff? Campbell can't get it done. Yogi's still bottom side of the racetrack in the green number 12. It's allowed Drew King and Chris Golden to get caught up. King now will take the spot from Campbell, so move Drew up into the 3rd spot. Campbell having handling problems up into the fence just a bit. Right front showing. Not sure if he's got that right front fender pushed in on the tire. King really coming alive as they've got about half distance to go here in this consolation race. Yogi a little loose on exit again. Will open the door for the 34. King started in the 7th spot. Now that he clears the 12, he's up to 2nd. Four more in store for Ben Hollenbach. Now approaching some lap traffic just up ahead. It's the 00 of Mike Wild. He saw how loose he was a few laps ago. Almost got turned by Chris Bingley. Now getting caught by Hollenbach with 3 to go. I don't know if Ben's going to get there before the checkered flag flies or not, but if he does, it could really throw a monkey wrench into his plans as he has a moment there off turn number 2. drivers loose off of 4, but Drew King is there with less than 2 to go. Mike Wild way up the racetrack. Hollabaugh moment again. Drew King will go to the top side for the race lead. Field in turn 4, coming to the white flag. Mike Wild will stay out of the way. The final lap from 5 flags. Drew King from the back to the front in just 15 laps. Yogi Schleer loses it off turn number 2, but it's not going to make a difference. We're going to run back to the checkered flag. Drew King off turn 4 for the final time, looking for the win, and he's got it. Drew King wins it. Ben Hollabaugh second. Elijah Grant third. Troy Campbell fourth. Chris Bingley fifth. Yogi Schleer takes P6. Chris Golden seventh. And Mike Wild last in the 8th position. Always love these heat races on these short track series. It's going to go away when we get into these trucks here next season, but so far it has been a blast to cover the action here. Just a couple of races left. The penultimate race, the FourWide Motorsports Late Model Stock Tour, about to get underway. Let's take a look at it, our starting grid. On the pole position in the Triple B Racing number 5, it'll be Landon Brown, and to his outside, a very fast number 21 in John Lacey. Row 2, it'll be Cliff Mullins and Tristan Valdez. Row 3, Daniel Jones and Hunter Carlson. Row 4, it's Austin Pack and Austin Cansdale. Row 5, Dylan Larison and Stephen Luttrell. Starting in the 11th spot will be Charles Oberg. 12th goes to Thomas Hall. Drew King starts 13th. Ben Hollabaugh 14th. 15th starter, it's Elijah Grant. Troy Campbell 16th. 17th goes to Chris Bingley. 18th is Yogi Schleer. 19th, Chris Golden, and Mike Wild in 20th. It's your starting grid here from Flags Speedway. The field already rolling off to their pace laps. You got less than a minute to grab a fresh beer, Dave. Hope that cooler's right near the couch. Track temp still coming down, 78 degrees. Green flag is in the air. We're racing, and the track limit's 90 from 5 flags. Brown with the lead off turn number 4, in contact behind him, Tristan Valdez. Big time wreck for the 96. He almost goes up on his lid. In a mirror image of the heat race, lap 1 coming to a close, and we've got a big wreck involving one of our hard chargers, Tristan Valdez. I think John Lacey started to come around to trip that one all off. Wow, what a curveball this throws these guys. Let's see what happened. We'll just go back to the green and watch it. Keep an eye on the 21 in the green car and the 96 behind him. This is coming to the green flag. See Brown and Lacey side by side, cold tires. Lacey gets up into the loose stuff, and it starts to come around. Contact with Valdez and Mullins, and then there's nowhere for the rest of the field to go but into the driver's door of Tristan Valdez. Oberg gets a piece of it as well. What a way to start this one off with a top contender in Tristan Valdez. getting taken out at the end of lap 1. So the drive for 3 in a row for the 96 of Valdez likely out the window. Or is it? Somehow Valdez still on the speedway. That car had to have taken a lot of damage, but man, it doesn't look all that bad. Time for the restart.
Green flag.
Brown gets away from Lacey. Lacey will run in the tire tracks of the 5. A side-by-side battle behind with Hunter Carlson and Austin Pack. And it's Austin Cansdale and Dylan Larison. That's your top 6. Little contact with Carlson. He's showing some right front damage, so I don't know if that car is going to turn as well as he wants it to. Though that right front tire is getting a whole lot more air to keep it cool than anybody else. That could actually be an advantage as long as that suspension's not damaged. Gets clear of Carlson to move the 81 up to 3rd. Brown and Lacey still 1 and 2. Tristan Valdez, I don't know. I think he's still good to go. Oh, real loose for Carlson up the racetrack. Valdez up to P4 now in the tire tracks of Austin Pack. Continues to hunt the front, not deterred. In fact, he just ran the fastest lap of the race. 16.97 seconds for the 96 of Tristan Valdez. That car was almost on its roof at the end of lap 1, and now it's headed back to the front.
Caution.
Trouble.
Caution.
Trouble in turn 2. Chris Bingley is around, facing the wrong way. You can't have that. David Warmuth goes, there's no way that 96 car wasn't damaged. Something is up there. I mean, it's showing some body damage, but how it doesn't have suspension damage, I'll never understand. I did go back and look, and there is definitely no fast repair checked in this particular event, so I think that's not an issue. Well, let's see what happened to Bingley here for our second caution of the night. The black 84, bottom of your screen. Maybe a little too much rear brake, maybe a little too much wheel, maybe a little too much brake pedal. Drew King just gives him a little kiss in the door. That's the only damage I see on the 96 is a little bit of left front there where the fender gets into that front bumper section. He took a hit in the driver's door pretty square. But man, that is the cleanest looking car after a wreck I've seen that size in a while. So we're on the 1 to go. We'll get the restart here, lap 16.
Green, green, green.
Valdez makes a move for the second spot, and he takes it quickly, takes full advantage. He mugs the 21 of John Lacey on the restart. So Valdez back to the top two. Dylan Larison making moves to the inside on Austin Cansdale. Cansdale in the black and red, number 33, up the racetrack. Valdez runs a fast lap again, improves that fastest lap of the race to a 16:88. And we got trouble again, big time trouble. Troy Campbell on his lid off turn 2 down the backstretch. He'll right himself back onto all fours. Pace car's got a minefield to drive through as Campbell puts it back in the fence again. Oh, that was a close call. Troy Campbell backing in front of traffic, the leaders narrowly avoiding, and we do have some trouble here. Valdez getting clipped in that as John Lacey got turned as well. What in the world? I know you don't want to go down a lap, but you really got to watch your relative. You can't be backing into the leaders there under caution. We'll back this up a little further so we can kind of unpack how it happened. And it looks like it starts here with the 8. White number 8, top of the racetrack, coming around on his own. He's going to slide down to the track into Oberg. And I think Drew King and Troy Campbell will run into the back of these guys as it slows the pace. Chain reaction crash. Thomas Hall goes to the outside. Elijah Grant tries to get her woe down. I think he's going to get a piece of this too. Dan Jones just driving straight through the back of the 72. And then this is where it gets confusing. Watch the 72 here at Campbell. Drives it up into the fence. And then backs it down in front of the leaders. You'll see what happens here to Valdez in just a moment. We'll back it back up. Slowing it down. The 5, the Kellogg's paint scheme, Terry Labonte throwback is Landon Brown. Then you see Valdez. He's hard on the brakes trying to go to the top of the track. Lacey trying to do the same, but gets into the back of Tristan. He makes pretty hard contact with the nose in the outside wall. Then Austin Pack runs over Lacey in the back. What in the world? Green is back out. Brown and Valdez running away. See if Tristan dodged another bullet. There's more damage on that car than there was. See if he's got the same pace. Meanwhile, behind him, Austin Pack, John Lacey side by side. Lacey on the bottom and the number 21, the green Corvette colors. Valdez still ran a 16:99 the last time by. John Lacey just can't keep that car from rotating and corner off. Very loose on exit all the way down the bottom of the racetrack. Does it again. It's going to open the door for Austin Pack, but the battle for the lead still contested here as Valdez going for the top spot. And we got trouble again. Ben Hollabaugh is around off two. Going back to our last yellow, Josh Tressler in the chat says, poor situational awareness by the 72. I mean, I kind of get it in a way. You're panicked about going down a lap. It's a small racetrack. You know, even though they're under caution, they're going to get to you. But sometimes you just got to take the loss. So let's take a look what happened here to the 8. Put us under our third yellow of the night. Just loses it. Comes around on him. Locks it down. Doesn't hit anything. Dylan Larson said earlier tonight that the setup tonight very loose. Prime example right there. So in that exchange, Tristan Valdez had the race lead when the caution came out. Our fourth yellow tonight. So he'll be the control car when we go back green. Should be getting the one to go signal the next time across start finish.
Green flag.
Valdez with a great jump on the restart. Landon Brown a half car length off the back bumper, off turn number 2. And once again, Pack and Lacey side by side for third. Pack with the connection issue down into turn number 3 goes away quickly. And he'll have the 21 clear off of 4. Stephen Luttrell now in the 36. Oh, contact with Larison. Off turn number 4 and Austin Cansdale come together. Cansdale will take the spot. Now opens the door for Cliff Mullins and jump topside. Larison's got his hands full. Swatting flies in the cockpit of the number 92 as he's fallen back to the 8th position. Meanwhile, back out front, Valdez continues to lead over Landon Brown and Austin Pack. Finally settling into a rhythm here. Single file racing for the majority of the field right now. Just trying to run this out just shy of halfway, about 5 more laps. Caution comes out though. We get trouble again. Mike Wild and Chris Bingley involved.
Did you happen to get a look at your temps when you're on track right after that caution fell?
Bingley will take it straight to pit lane. Wild will drive away and he'll come to the pits as well. So caution number 5 on the night here at Five Flags Speedway. Stephen Luttrell is going to take this opportunity to come down and pit. of damage on the 36. That might be the reason for the stop. Here's the replay. Bingley on the bottom, Mike Wild up in the marbles. And Bingley just comes up the track, not clear. Damage on the Luttrell machine already there. So I'm not sure where that came from. Double up for the restart. Front row will be Valdez and Brown yet again. Valdez, the control car on the bottom. Watch the 81 of Austin Pack here. See if he can take advantage. He's kind of in a premier position here. As long as you're not the race leader, third place is where you want to be. He can kind of fire off what the 96 does. Green back in the air. Allows Pack to get up alongside Landon Brown into turn number 1. Valdez driving away again. A car length or two back to this battle. Big checkup for the 81. Oh, Mullins hanging it loose off of turn 4. He straightens it out. Just past halfway here at Five Flags, but the caution comes out again. We got Drew King and Oberg around.
Did you happen to get a look at your temps when you're on track right after that caution fell?
So Oberg just loses it on his own in front of Elijah Grant. Grant gets clear on the top side. Yogi Schlier will come get a big chunk of the 77, and then nowhere to go. Drew King piles into the right door. Be looking for the one-to-go signal the next time across the starter stand. Valdez and Brown, the top two. Then it's Austin Pack, Austin Cansdale, third and fourth. Fifth is John Lacey, Dylan Larison, sixth. Tom Hall is seventh, Elijah Grant, eighth. Ben Hollabaugh runs ninth. 10th is Hunter Carlson, Steve Luttrell, 11th. Charles Oberg, 12th. Drew King shown in the 13th position. 14th, Dan Jones. 15th, Cliff Mullins. They're in the pits, maybe swapping positions here. Those are your lead lap cars. Green back in the air. "52 laps complete here at Five Flags Speedway. We're going to step away for a side-by-side break. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Caution, caution. How you doing in there, kids?
Spartan Transportation and Spartan Logistic Management is your one source for all your shipping needs. 53-foot dry van shipments, auto transport shipments, full-service in-house brokerage, drop lot facilities, just-in-time deliveries to all auto manufacturers, facilities in St. Louis, Missouri, Kansas City, Missouri, and Indianapolis, Indiana. Spartan Logistics LLC, proud sponsor of the IROC Series, Kyle Steffens UMP Modified and Silver Crown Driver, and Gordy Gundaker, World of Outlaws Late Model. Visit us at spartan-logistics.net or find us on Facebook.
Green flag.
Need insurance coverage that's built for speed? Frank Yea's office in South Charleston has your back. Whether you're blazing down the highway, protecting the home you've built, or setting up a legacy for your family, we've got the coverage you need. Auto, home, life, fast, simple, and made for you. Scan the QR code on your screen now to explore all our services and start a free quote today. Lock it in, save it for later, or call us at 304-744-7700 to get started.
Back at Flags Speedway, 30 laps to go. Valdez leads Brown, Pack, and John Lacey. Fifth runs Thomas Hall.
Caution.
And the caution's back out again.
Like a protein shake or a bar or anything like that?
Ben Hollabaugh, we saw him in the side-by-side struggling with the handle on that race car, and I think for the third time tonight, the 8 in trouble. Let's take a look. Oh, and he loses it again. And it's got to the bottom of the racetrack, and around it goes. So while we have the opportunity, let's thank some of the sponsors.
Where virtual racing meets real-world style. Gear up with 213 Simware's sim racing apparel. Perfect for representing your favorite league, team, or driver. Contact them at 213simware@gmail.com for inquiries. 213 Simware is the official apparel company for the FourWide Motorsports League. Angry Chef Designs is a premier iRacing paint shop owned and operated by Hunter Carlson, specializing in high-quality custom racing liveries. As the proud sponsor of the FourWide Motorsports Racing League, Angry Chef Designs brings creativity, precision, and passion to every design. From bold, aggressive styles to clean, professional schemes, each paint is crafted to help drivers stand out on track. With a commitment to detail and customer satisfaction, Angry Chef Designs delivers top-tier visuals that match the competitive spirit of sim racing.
Field awaiting the 1-to-go signal as they'll cross start finish this time by. It's Valdez and Brown still the top two as we work our 8th caution of the night. Regardless of the finishing position for Valdez here tonight, an astonishing run for the 96. Lap 1 was almost upside down on his roof in a major crash off turn 4. Somehow did not detrimentally damage that number 96. It's been fast ever since, and he continues to lead here. So we're getting ready for the restart. Pace car is in.
Green flag.
Brown can't hang with a 96 on the restart. Austin Pack, a car length off the back bumper. Then it's John Lacey, Hunter Carlson now in the top 5. Carlson battling with Thomas Hall. Hall on the inside, the black and purple number 93. With 23 laps to go here from Five Flags. And the top two just ran their fastest laps of the night. Tristan Valdez with a 1680, but Landon Brown quicker still with a 1674. Brown's got the pace. He's just got to find a way around. I don't know if anybody noticed, no Scott Shive here tonight. Curious to see what that'll do to the points battle rolling into Nashville.
Caution's out.
And we got trouble again. Big mess in turn 2.
You got your release mark correct coming into pit road? Yes, I do, sir.
Eastern Technical Design, Inc. provides design and drafting services for commercial, industrial, and residential construction. Services include architectural renderings, preliminary plan design, as well as final construction drawings. Construction drawings include all necessary structural, building, plumbing, mechanical, and electrical plans as required to produce a finished building and/or structure. This company is owned by Tracy Brown, the producer of our FWM network. If you're in the eastern region of North Carolina, look ETD up for any of your drafting needs. Golden Chef Speed Shop is your go-to iRacing setup shop for fast, affordable performance. Owned and operated by Chris Golden and Hunter Carlson, we're focused on giving every driver a competitive edge without breaking the bank. For just $5 per setup, we deliver reliable, race-ready setups built for consistency, speed, and confidence on track. Whether you're racing for fun or chasing wins, Golden Chef Speed Shop provides quality tuning at the lowest price around. Fast, affordable, competitive. Golden Chef Speed Shop, performance you can trust.
Take a look at what happened and put us under this caution here for the 9th time tonight. This is down in the middle of 1 and 2. Chain reaction, Cliff Mullins, Austin Cansdale, Dylan Larison, Drew King, Chris Bingley, Elijah Grant. So field doubled up for the restart here on the backstretch into turn number 3. Ready to get things back underway here. It'll be lap 75. So the clock winding down here at Five Flags. Who is going to end up with the victory? Can Landon Brown get around the 96 of Valdez, or will we see the monumental comeback come to fruition with 15 laps to go? Side by side for second. Packed to the bottom on Landon Brown. John Lacey, who's been fast all night long, still running in the 4th spot. Lacey started outside pole. Maybe a little contact between Pack and Brown there. Pack's going to take the 3rd spot. I don't think Brown can get back to the outside, and now he's got to worry about John Lacey on the bottom. All this happening with 10 laps to go. Valdez almost a full second ahead of that battle. Those two side by side for that length of time really helped the 96 get away. And the caution's back out, so it's all going to evaporate. It's like Elijah Grant, Drew King. Cansdale trying to get righted as well, and the leaders still trying to snake their way through this mess. Cansdale all tore up. Larison gets into the back of the 33, sends Austin around. He might have been okay, but it's going to get worse. Not sure when it gets worse. Right there. Ben Hollabaugh way after the caution was out. Cansdale just trying to get away from the scene, gets T-boned by the 8. Field gets the 1 to go across start finish. Might have a 5-lap shootout to settle it if we can run it all the way without a caution. But now it'll be Tristan Valdez and Austin Pack, a new contender to the outside for the number 96. We'll see if Pack can steal the win from Tristan Valdez, or will Landon Brown or John Lacey be able to come through victorious?
Ready, green flag.
Valdez gets away with the lead. Battle for second is on again. Landon Brown, Austin Pack. Brown now to the bottom of the racetrack instead of being stuck on the top. Four to go. Oh, some contact with Brown and Pack. Got to watch the rearview mirror, too. John Lacey just waiting to pounce. 3 more laps here at Flags Speedway for Tristan Valdez. The lead stretches to almost 3/4 of a second for the 96. Pack real loose off of turn 2. They bang doors down the back straightaway. Real loose for both drivers. Slipping and sliding off turn 4 with 2 to go. Valdez now out to a full second over second place. White flag in the air, final lap from Five Flags. Tristan Valdez, first lap crash, then again a second time, still battles back with blistering pace in turns 3 and 4 for the final time, and he will win here at Five Flags Speedway. Austin Pack will win the battle for second with Landon Brown, as Brown will come home third, John Lacey fourth, and Thomas Hall will take fifth place honors. And Valdez, through all those issues, still led 61 of 90 laps here tonight. Three in a row for Tristan Valdez. Well, that'll do it for Valdez's celebration. We're going to step aside, get our final break out of the way. We'll be back with our top three after this. Stay with us.
Spartan Transportation and Spartan Logistic Management is your one source for all your shipping needs. 53-foot dry van shipments, auto transport shipments, full-service in-house brokerage, drop-lot facilities, just-in-time deliveries to all auto manufacturers, facilities in St. Louis, Missouri, Kansas City, Missouri, and Indianapolis, Indiana. Spartan Logistics, LLC, proud sponsor of the IROC Series, Kyle Steffens UMP Modified and Silver Crown Driver, and Gordy Gundaker, World of Outlaws late model. Visit us at spartan-logistics.net or find us on Facebook.
Need insurance coverage that's built for speed? Frank Yea's office in South Charleston has your back. Whether you're blazing down the highway, protecting the home you've built, or setting up a legacy for your family, we've got the coverage you need. Auto, home, life, fast, simple, and made for you. Scan the QR code on your screen now to explore all our services and start a free quote today. Lock it in, save it for later, or call us at 304-744-7700 to get started.
Back at Flags Speedway, the penultimate race of the season in the books. The track limits 90 goes to Tristan Valdez for his third straight win. Let's get a word with the number 96 and find out exactly how he got it done here tonight. Tristan, it's Steve with Track Limits. You got me?
I got you, Steve. I get used to this now.
Yeah, third time in a row here, 3 weeks straight in victory lane. Not at all how we saw this one going after that first lap crash. Coming out of turn number 4 at the field, bearing down on you. You almost get up on your roof. How that car was even drivable, let alone fast. Did you just get lucky on that one?
I'm going to be honest with you, Steve. After the wreck, the car actually handled a little bit better. And they were just all coming off the bottom, and we got from 9th to 4th there real quick. And the car was real good, and it never got worse. It stayed about the same the whole race, like it has every time. And we were talking about it during the race. We're like, it's almost when you get a little bit of damage, the car kind of tightens up a little bit and lets you get a better run off, and that's what happened to me. So
you broke it better.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, third win in a row as you roll into Nashville's Fairgrounds Speedway next week. Certainly looking forward to that one. Can you finish this season off with a fourth straight win?
We're darn sure going to try. I'm going to give it a shot. I'm not the greatest at Nashville. I burn up right fronts there, but we'll see what happens with the momentum we've got from the past 3 races. I don't see why we can't at least run in the top 5. That race right there, I thought Landon Brown had something for me. We'd get a good green flag run, and he'd come up on my bumper, and I just knew it was about time for him to pass me, and then a caution would come out. So then Pat got up in there too. It was real nerve-wracking, but I was very pleasured to see that last run. I was pulling him pretty good. It made my job a little easier.
Definitely some fast laps in this one here tonight, especially as the sun went down. Definitely faster than what we saw in qualifying. But I don't know, Tristan, maybe next week you got to crack up the car in lap 1 and just see how it goes.
Hey, if it goes like tonight, we'll try it.
Tristan, congratulations, man. 3rd win in a row. Who do you have to thank?
Just like every week, my wife for watching the kids, letting me come have fun and do this, and all the FourWide Motorsports guys for putting this stuff on. It's really, really fun stuff. Good racing. I want to thank Landon Brown and Austin Pack right there. We'd had a good run right there, just running clean. And, and I want to thank God, too. And thank you, Steve, for doing a great job announcing. I love rewatching the streams and all that stuff. You do an awesome job.
All right, Tristan. Well, thank you for the kind words. Congratulations again. Good luck next week.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
Tristan Valdez, your race winner here tonight at Flags Speedway. Next, we'll talk to the 81 of Austin Pack. Austin Pack, it's Steve with Track Limits. You got me?
Yes, sir.
Austin, congrats, man. P2 finish here tonight. Thought you might have had something for Valdez at the very end. Had your work cut out, though. Started P7 after the heat races. Drove it up to a P2 finish. Was there anything you could have done differently tonight to run down that number 96, or do the cautions just kill you?
Yeah, more green flag runs. Me and Landon there at the end had 2 side-by-side runs that just let him get away. And it's just me and Landon had the long-run cars. We was talking about it, and we were able to, track him back down after the restart. But then as soon as we did, the caution would come out. So just the cautions killed it. But we'll settle for P2 tonight.
Next week, Nashville Fairgrounds Speedway, another short track, a great short track to close out this season. How do you feel about closing things off with a win?
Oh, man, I feel good. 200 laps is a long race, so you got to be patient. Hopefully these guys can work on that this week while we're thinking about going into Nashville. So hopefully patience will play a big factor, and we can come out on top.
All right, Austin. Well, a job well done here tonight. Wish you the best of luck next week, man. Who do you want to shout out to?
Just shout out my wife and my daughter for giving me the time to do this, and Wayne and Hunter and Austin for putting it all together, and you guys in the booth for broadcasting.
All right, Austin. Well, thanks for chatting, man. Good luck next week.
Thank you, sir.
Austin Pack, your runner-up here at Flags Speedway. Next, we'll talk to the Old Cornflakes Eastern Technical Design throwback scheme. Landon Brown, the pole sitter here tonight, comes home with a P3 finish. We'll see what he has to say. Landon, it's Steve with Track Limits. You with us?
Yes, sir.
Landon, congratulations, man. 3rd place, probably not what you wanted, but still a solid top 3 finish. And a good-looking car to boot. Put it on pole position, but just finished 2 spots back. Walk us through your race. It seemed like you had pace early. Kind of the same thing we thought with Austin Pack was maybe the cautions were kind of the downfall for the 5 team tonight.
Yeah, we had a really good car on this track, and Hickory are pretty much my 2 favorites on the sim, so I knew we were going to be pretty good coming in here. But it's like me and Pack were talking about before the interviews. Me and him just kind of had long-run cars. Tristan was really good on the short runs, and with all the cautions, we just weren't able to stay out front and pull a big lead or be able to get back to Tristan on a long green flag run there at the end. So it's unfortunate. There's some good hard racing. Unfortunately, you got people that wreck, pull up the racetrack in front of you and tear your front end off. And you would think that as much practice as they have being wrecked race cars every week, they'd know how to do it. But unfortunately, it doesn't seem like they've been able to figure that part out yet. So hopefully it'll get better at Nashville.
So we're going back a little bit in case anybody missed it. There was a caution mid-race about where I forget exactly who it was that got crossed up on the racetrack, ended up backing down in front of the leaders under caution, almost wadded up the top 4 guys. I think 2 of those 4 absolutely got drilled. But what advice can you give to young and up-and-coming drivers to maybe avoid that situation when that happens?
Pretty much just hold the brakes, right? I mean, you have a relative screen down there in the bottom right that you can look at, see where people, how far the leaders are back and everything. And, you see people coming up there, just hold the brakes. Let us navigate it. Don't be moving roadblocks, just be roadblocks, right? We're up there, we can drive fairly well, so we can probably navigate it fairly well if they'll just stay still. But when they're moving across the racetrack like that, blocking it, and backing down in front of people, you don't know what to do, and it resulted in front valence being caved in, and honestly just killed all little bit of aero advantage that I thought I had. The new iRacing update messed with the aero package a little bit on the late models, and I really felt like I was figuring it out there towards the end behind Tristan, and with the front end being caved in like that, it just killed what advantage I had.
Well, certainly good advice, Landon. Tough break forward either way, but still a solid top 3 finish as you roll into Nashville next week. Before we kick out of here, who do you want to thank?
Yeah, I got to thank Tracy Brown and Easter Technical Design. He does so much for me. Leftfoot TV, Track Limits Network, FourWide Motorsports Network, and everybody that puts on the broadcast for these races. They're always awesome to go back and watch. 47 Speed Shot, Community Radio Network, Triple B Racing, Haley Moody Racing. And then you mentioned it before at the start of the interview, my awesome looking car, right? Justin Brooks Designs did a killer job. We ran Throwback Night yesterday in LFRL, and this was my car. I decided to keep it for 5 Flags tonight because it just looked so daggone good. So I really appreciate all those guys. Appreciate Tristan and Austin for running me clean. Unfortunately, we didn't have a 3-wide finish there across the line like I would have loved to have had. But overall, still a fun night. Still got a good finish out of it. So I guess you can't be too mad, right?
All right, Landon. Well, job well done, man. Thanks for talking to us. Good luck next week.
Yeah, thank you.
Landon Brown, your 3rd place finisher here at 5 Flags Speedway. That'll do it for the interview portion of tonight's broadcast. Let's take a look here at our feature results. Of course, we talked to Tristan Valdez, Austin Pack, and Landon Brown. John Lacey comes home 4th. Thomas Hall was 5th. Stephen Luttrell, P6. Hunter Carlson comes home with 7th. Cliff Bullins was 8th. Yogi Schleer with the top 10 in the 9th position. 10th goes to Charles Oberg. 11th, Dan Jones. Drew King was 12th. Elijah Grant, 13th. 14th place went to Mike Wild. Dylan Larison was 15th. Ben Hollabaugh, 16th. Austin Cansdale was 17th. 18th place, Chris Golden. 19th went to Chris Bingley, and Troy Campbell out of this one early, 72 laps down in 20th. Thank you guys all for tuning in here tonight. Stream chat was relatively busy. Thanks for that. David Warmuth, Josh Tressler. Who else did we have in there? That might have been it, actually. Oh, Tom Janikowski, as always, just saying hey. Let's see, at 8K36. 2 heats, B-main to set. Oh, whatever. Thanks for watching. Thanks for chiming in. We'll see you guys next week to close out the season at Nashville Fairgrounds. Have a good night, everybody. Thanks for watching.